Hi there. This is John Anthony Francis Wilcox, and these are 6 awesome songs from April 1982. As always, you can find the song links in the comment section below this video. And also, just so you know, to be specific, I got these from the April 24th, 1982 chart from Billboard's Hot 100. So there you go. Song number 1 is Stone Cold from Rainbow. This was a big hit. It really was. It was, especially for Rainbow. Um, had kind of more of a moody feel to it. Some nice keyboards. I think David Rosenthal was in the band at the time, who would later be in a later incarnation of Happy the Man, as well as other bands, I'm sure. Um, Nice guitar work from Ritchie Blackmore, bass from Roger Glover, but you already knew that, you know what I'm saying? Great vocal from Joe Lynn Turner, very strong. It's a very strong piece. Um, I remember seeing them on the tour that this was part of, and it was quite a good show. So it is song number 1, Stone Cold from Rainbow. Song number 2 is Centerfold from the J. Geils Band. Um, a fun song. My memories have just been sold. My angel is a centerfold. Sort of like the shock of finding out that this girl that you had a thing for ended up being a centerfold in like a Playboy or whatever. I think he mentions. Does he mention Playboy magazine specifically in it? I don't remember. But it has that great hook, that na 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 na. Wonderful hook. Great playing as always. J. Geils. My favorite song will always be "Must Have Got Lost," but that's just me. Centerfold, great strong piece. A lot of airplay, a lot of MTV play, and help really solidify and build on their following. That's song number 2, Centerfold, from the J. Geils Band. Song number 3 is Only the Lonely from the Motels. Um, it is the song by the band. And you have Martha Davis's amazing voice and great lyrics, and again, a moody piece. Um, the keyboards and the sax playing quite a role in this on top of Martha's vocal. Have I told the Martha story before? I suppose I'll tell a quick version. I went to see the Motels in Hartford on the tour for the Shock album. And going backstage afterward, Martha and I got along like a house on fire. We still do. I am beyond pleased that she is a friend of mine. She's wonderful. She's lovely. And as the phrase goes, she put the lip lock on me. And that, let me tell you, boy, oh boy, whew, that was something. She has a wonderful mouth, and she was a great kisser, let me tell you, my friends. And I was there with my friend Bob, and she had mentioned that she was getting over a cold. And as we left afterwards, Bob was like, "Why did you let her kiss you? She had a cold." And I just, to this day, I go, "Because it was Martha Davis. Let's take the worst case scenario. I get a cold because of that." So when people go, "How'd you get sick?" Martha Davis was kissing me from the Motels. End of story. You're welcome. Anyway, there you go. Song number 3, Only the Lonely from the Motels. Song number 4 is Take Off from Bob and Doug McKenzie. The characters, of course, from SCTV with their signature little thing. And it was the Bob and Doug came out of the fact that SCTV was out of Canada, and they had to have X amount of minutes of Canadian content. So they said, let us do just like the most stupid cliche stuff and put toques on our heads and fry up back bacon and drink Molsons. And so they did, and they enlisted fellow Canadian Geddy Lee to play with them, and he sings the whole "Take Off to the Great White North," and we're all jolly. It was a fun piece. The album did like huge for them. This was a time where, I mean, it was clearly like a novelty song, but it was a wildly successful one, and still catchy as all heck. It is song number 4, "Take Off." Take off, hoser, from Bob and Doug McKenzie, aka Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis. Song number 5 is "Man on the Corner" from Genesis. It's funny, didn't remember this being a single, but it was. Off of a late entry off of the Abacab album, and a Phil Collins driven piece, another moody one. It's a nice piece, It was a far cry from the highly progressive days of the band, but for the more pop rock oriented side of it, it has a really strong vocal. It feels good. I have no problems with this song, even though I have problems with some of the album itself. So anyway, it's song number 5, "Man on the Corner" from Genesis. And we finish up with song number 6, which is "Don't You Want Me" from the Human League. I love this band. I know people don't think it's something I would like, and it is very 80s, but it's very synthy in a good way. I loved how their vocals played so elegantly off of each other. And everyone in that band, all 3 lead vocals, were great singers. And it has a wonderful feel. And I mean, if you want, you can dance to it. That's okay. But it has a heart. And it has, am I going to say gravitas to it? It's a wonderful story. And it's sort of a guy and a girl both telling their own side of the same story. Like she says, "I was working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. That much is true." And then she goes on to say what her recollection deviates from his. It's a great piece of pop. I loved it from the moment I heard it. As a swell video. I'll try to find the video. It shouldn't be too hard. But anyway, it is, as the paper proclaims, "Don't You Want Me" from the Human League. And that is song number 6 from 6 awesome songs from April 1982. Awesome, dude. Totally awesome. I love them all. Watch them all. Listen to them all. Have your own little personal 6-song party. I love you all. I will see you next time. Bye, 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 bye.